your brain, your gut, your heart, your nervous system. Science is proving these aren't separate systems. They are one. And together, they are the true foundation of your health. Welcome to the Brain-Gut Connection podcast. Your host, Dave Bretthauer, guides you through the science of how everything inside you is connected, how your brain talks to your gut, how your heart signals your nervous system, and why your immune system is at the center of all of it. The Brain-Gut Connection podcast. Let's get into today's episode.
Hey, welcome back to the Brain-Gut Connection. I'm Dave, and today we're tackling something bigger than the last 4 episodes, where depression actually comes from and why the story you've probably been told is incomplete. For decades, depression has been explained one way, a chemical imbalance in the brain, typically framed around low serotonin, treated by boosting serotonin levels with medication. Here's what's important to understand, and I want to be careful here. This theory helped a lot of people, and medications built around it genuinely save lives. That's not in question. What is increasingly in question in the scientific literature itself is whether low serotonin was ever a complete explanation for why depression happens in the first place. And the research filling in that gap keeps pointing to the same place we've been building toward this entire series, your gut. Let's connect what we've already covered. Your gut produces 90 to 95% of your body's serotonin. Your gut microbiome directly influences inflammation throughout your body, including neuroinflammation, inflammation inside the brain itself. And chronic stress can disrupt your gut microbiome within days, sending distress signals back to your brain through the vagus nerve. Here's where current research is landing. Neuroinflammation, not simply low serotonin, is increasingly recognized as a central driver of depression in many cases. And one of the primary sources of that neuroinflammation is gut dysbiosis, an imbalanced, low-diversity gut microbiome. A landmark study published in Psychiatry Research took fecal matter from depressed human patients and transplanted it into germ-free rats. The rats developed depressive-like behaviors just from the microbiome transplant. No other intervention. That's strong evidence that gut microbiome composition can directly cause mood changes, not just correlate with them. This reframes depression in an important way. It's not just a brain problem to medicate and move on. For many people, it may be a whole body inflammatory and microbial problem that manifests as depression, which means gut-focused interventions, diet, microbiome diversity, stress management, vagal tone aren't just wellness extras alongside standard treatment. They may be addressing a root mechanism directly. A study published in Nature Microbiology identified specific gut bacteria depleted in people with depression directly linked to their capacity to produce neurotransmitter precursors. Researchers have started using the term psychobiotics for specific probiotic strains studied for their measurable effects on mood, independent of any digestive benefit. I want to be very clear about what I'm not saying. I'm not saying just fix your gut and you'll cure depression. Depression is complex. Medication and therapy save lives, and if you're dealing with depression, please work with a qualified professional. What this research does say is that the old model, fix the brain chemical, fix the depression, was missing an entire system we now know is deeply involved. And that system gives us additional evidence-based levers to pull. Thanks for being here. If this landed for you, share it with someone who could use it to your gut and your glory. I'm Dave. This has been the Brain Gut Connection.
If today's episode got you thinking, that was the whole point. For show notes, free resources, and the weekly newsletter, visit braingutconnect.com. Find us on Instagram at braingutconnection and subscribe on YouTube so you never miss an episode. Want to reach Dave directly? Email him at dave@braingutconnect.com. He reads every one. Thank you for listening. This concludes the most thought-provoking portion of your day. Until next time, stay happy, healthy, and educated.